Too far. Hey! What is up, everybody? It is I, back again with another episode of Manga Talk, where I talk to you about manga that you may or may not have heard about, and discuss it, give you the facts, just that. Just talk about it. This isn't a review, this is a discussion. So, yeah, if you like what you see, then yeah, hit that subscribe button to get more of it. If you don't like what you see, then don't bother. So, anyways, yeah, it's that spoopy time of the year. You know what that means? Yeah, college. No. Bills. No. What's the scariest thing in the world? Spirals? What? So, what I was saying is spirals. Spirals are scary. Specifically in one story that I'm going to talk about. If you know anything about manga, and you may or may not, and I definitely was going to cover this before a sloth did it, I'm talking about Uzumaki today. Uzumaki by Junji Ito, or Ito Junji, depending on whether or not you want to be, that guy that knows Japanese well enough that knows the way the words work. So, Junji Ito, horror guy. Uzumaki, one of his best works, I have been told, and I have read. It is, God damn, it's messed up at points. It is creepy, and I love it. And I haven't read it again because I like sleeping. I like this thing called sleep. So I haven't reread it in years, but I remember it, and it still creeps me out. Oh my God. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about this, so might as well get into facts about it. So, written by Junji Ito. He also drew it. The art in it is crazy and creepy. So, there. It is in the seinen demographic, which means older, young adult males type deal. But, like I said, you can read whatever you want, no matter what. I have shoujo that I read. So, it was a series that originally ran in the magazine, Big Comic Spirits, and it ran from 1998 to 1999. I did not get the specific date when it started. It had a grand total of 3 volumes. The States, I'm pretty sure you can only get it in this hardcover, which just has all 3 volumes of it, which has all 19 chapters of the story, and including a lost chapter, or a chapter that I'm pretty sure he had planned in it, but it didn't work out, so just put it in there. Yeah, it is a weird story, very messed up story, and one that I'll be getting into right now. The story of Uzumaki is horror. It's essentially follows these 2 characters, Kiri Goshishima, I think is how you pronounce her name. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. And her boyfriend, Suichi Sato. And essentially, them going through this situation in their town, where their town of Korozucho, I think is how you pronounce it. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced any Japanese names. But it is a town that starts to slowly spiral because they suddenly have an obsession with spirals. And as it just goes down and down the rabbit hole of weird ass shit. Like, it is messed up what happens. And I can't really talk too much about it, but by the end of it, it is so weird and crazy, and you're just like, I don't want to look at spirals anymore. I don't want to see spirals anymore. So, yeah, it's definitely a creepy story. It's one of the first horror stories that I read. Funny thing about this that I can tell you about I had first moved into this apartment, and when I did, I didn't have internet or any of my game consoles at the time. My parents were coming down to bring all my stuff, so I had like a few days where I had nothing to do. So I stopped at the local, like Books a Million or Barnes and Nobles, whatever it was. Stopped by, was like, manga. I have money now that I have a job, and I found this one because I was like, ooh, it's thick and it will last me for like maybe a day or two. I, at that point, haven't read manga in a while. This seems weird. I have heard about Junji Ito, and why not? Why not? Why not? That was a stupid decision on my part. I read part of this. I think I got up to oh god, maybe up to this point in the story, and I was just like, I am creeped out. It is late at night, and I have to go to sleep now. It took me a little bit longer to fall asleep after reading that. I was just like, I don't want to think about it. It's so, oh man, I had to listen to some music, some like light, relaxing music that didn't involve that. And it is creepy, to say the least. I would say that it's the first work of Junji Ito that I've seen, and I've got more of his stuff, but I'm not going to talk about them right now. But yeah, it definitely has that inspiredness of H.P. Lovecraft, and the fact that you watch these characters and they are just experiencing it. They never leave town because they're high school students and their parents don't want to leave. And they can't really be like, yep, I'm going to leave town now. And all of that. So you just watch these characters and they're bystanders in their own story. Sort of like all H.P. Lovecraft characters, narrators. It's not even that they're the unreliable ones. It's more along the lines of you are watching this happen and you are not able to go about doing anything other than watching. And it is scarier that way because in most horror that you watch, you have these characters that you are like, yeah, they're going to fight back and eventually defeat the villain. But in this, you literally can't. They are slowly getting driven to madness based off of the spirals. And like I said, the art in this is really creepy. There's this one that most people have seen, and it is definitely weirded and messed up. And warning, if you don't want to see this, skip it. Just stop the video. I'm not going to tell you anything else. So this, I'm also not going to show too many images from this because I want people to read it. So that's why I haven't explained too much. It's a really messed up story. So most people have probably seen this image, this one, and yes, it is still creepy even in the context of the actual story. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I want people to read it. I can't really talk too much more about it, or else I'm spoiling different parts of it. So yes. Just go out, read it. It's not too much. It's like you can read it on Halloween. Maybe if I get this out by the end of the day, maybe. So, with that all being said, I wish you had a lovely time watching this video. If you did, think about subscribing to get more of my ugly face. If you liked it, if you liked Uzumaki, hit that like button. If you didn't like Uzumaki because it's fucking creepy, and hit that dislike. Or if you just didn't like my video, hit that dislike. If you want to talk about it, go down below. Talk about it in out of context situations and be like, yeah, that was messed up. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. So, yeah. That was it. Just like, hopefully you had a nice spoopy Halloween. You didn't get sick. You got enough candy to have your dentist be like, dude, stop eating so much. You're giving yourself cavities. I hate you. But, yeah, hopefully you had a nice week, and hopefully you have a nice week coming up. The world needs more happiness, especially if you've read Uzumaki. I also recommend you read it while listening to light, fluffy music in a bright lit room. That's definitely the best choice in this situation. Don't read it alone. That is all. Or don't read it alone while you're in your apartment alone with nothing else. There's only one light. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Be better than me. Have a nice day, by the way. Bye.